Good morning, this is Wayne Blau with another Smart Profit Maximizing Moment. Today we're going to talk about thriving during the coronavirus recession, which was going to start like now. We're already in the middle of it, now we're at the beginning of it. And it's going to be here. Now, how long? I mean, look, can't help it. Tons of disruption to the economics of our society, tons of people being laid off. How long, we don't know. People, more bills, more hospital bills, more people being nervous, more people worrying about what is it that is happening. Okay, so when people worry, and our economy is driven by the American consumer. Let's no doubt about it. When the consumer is worried, they stop spending. Now, yesterday I talked about the type of person who is, hey Lorenzo, how you doing? Yesterday I talked about the fact that how your business is going to be affected. You're going to fall into three categories. Okay, first, you're closed. Talked about it yesterday. An order came through from the governor of Texas shutting down restaurants in Texas, effective. It was either this morning or I'm confused as to when. I think they're still open today. They're closed tomorrow, but I wouldn't swear to that. All right. I talked to 3 restaurant owners yesterday about this. And, we go back and look at it. They need to move into survival mode, but they can also be a little bit proactive. One of them already had changed the signs in front to say curbside pickup only. And they have a social media presence, so they were pushing out, hey, we're out there. Carlos and Mickey's put out, they're a good Mexican food restaurant here, that they had permission to have margaritas to go. I mean, some people are actually taking this and going with it. But if you're not into that category of where you're in serious trouble and need to go into survival mode, then you're probably going to be, every business is going to be affected by the recession during this coronavirus and after. Now, everything I'm reading and my own gut feeling is we're talking 6 months to a year before we're really recovered. Depending on how long this thing goes. The longer it goes, the longer it's going to take to recover. Now, a couple things are different than the last one we went through in 2008. In 2008, our underpinnings of our economy were not healthy. All right, the banking system was a mess. The individuals, consumers were struggling. There were low wage rates, and a lot of pretty decent unemployment. So it was harder to get out of it, okay? But one of the things that I saw during that time period is that the business owners who understood there was an opportunity there to actually thrive, not just survive the recession, but thrive a recession. All right, one of the things, I listen to Rush Limbaugh. If that's not your cup of tea, that's fine. Doesn't really matter. But one of the things he says that I think is perfect for everybody is just because the world's decided to have a recession, don't participate. That doesn't mean don't look at the facts. The facts are simple. People are going to be a little bit more scared about spending money. They're not going to come out of their house. All right? So you need to be smart and look at ways to be different. Maybe it's time to expand. Let's talk about that a minute, okay? Everybody else in the country, a lot of other businesses are hunkering down, turtling. My own opinion of that is that when people are doing one thing, it's probably smart to do something else. All right, look at your business first. See how you can help your customers during this time period. One of the things, one of my bar clients, while I was with him, when he got the announcement the bars were going to be closed in Texas, 2 of his banks called, saying that they were, hey, we can do interest only if you can afford that. If not, we can do a hiatus on the loan. Another one that I was talking to said their landlord called and said they could delay. Now think about that. The ones that help their customers are the ones that are going to keep their customers once this turns around. So first, look for ways to help your customers. Call your vendors, look for ways to bring down your costs, getting better terms from your vendors. You're going to be able to. That's something that happened in the last recession because they needed customers too, and the people that were still surviving in business and still selling, they took care of. All right, call your landlord. Buy a little bit more time if you need to. All right, we struck a deal with one yesterday where however long this lasts, 1 or 2 months, he's going to take the rent he misses, divide it over the next 12 months, and catch up once he's able to reopen. Okay, there's some thoughts there. but don't forget to sell. Okay, a couple of other advantages here. Now, look, before I get to selling, there's a lot of people that are being laid off. So if you're in a position to need employees, like you're one of the few businesses that says, I'm going to see this as an opportunity to make money, to keep my business afloat and to thrive, people are available. They're being laid off or their hours are being cut. So you're going to be able to find better employees. That's what happened in the last recession. We've been going through a period over the last year, 18 months, where employees had the upper hand. There was very, very low unemployment. So right now, there's an opportunity to really get people that might be unemployed or underemployed, had their hours cut. Look into ways to actually, if you're delivering a service, deliver it online. All right. We're looking into ways to deliver the tax return and see if people aren't comfortable picking it up. All kinds of ways, meeting over the phone. Look at how to change your business in the new reality of the coronavirus, all right? And being socially responsible. It's really up to us to help this virus stop, okay? Finally, sales. Don't just hunker down. Now's not the time to kill your advertising. Now's the time to increase your advertising, your marketing, calling your customers, and reaching out to them to see how you can help, to see what you can do. I told you I spoke to 3 or 4 yesterday. Yeah, it was a busy day. All right, I expect to speak to quite a few over the next week to 10 days. Just reach out to your customers. Make sure you help them. All right, but also see what kind of help you can give them that'll increase your business. Be a trusted advisor. Be a trusted source. Help them, all right? Don't be afraid to look for different ways to sell. I talked to a restaurant owner yesterday where they were telling him he was going to have to close. Well, technically not. He's able to do curbside. He doesn't have a big social presence, so maybe he hires somebody to meet them at the door and say, look, you can't come in, but I can take your order. If you want to wait in the car, we'll do it real fast and bring it out to you. It's a way to keep your business, all right? Whatever your business is, you need to look at what's happening on the ground and figure out a way to overcome this problem and figure out a way to thrive. Because while you're figuring out a way to thrive during a tough time, a lot of your competitors are just turtling down. Well, I'll just shut the doors and go home until this passes. Look, don't take that mindset. First and foremost, you have to survive. Second, figure out a way to actually thrive during this economy. It's possible. I've seen it more. One of the advantages of having all this gray hair and living a while is I've gone through a few recessions. And I can tell you, I still don't know. I used to at one time know, on an aside, what the difference between a recession and a depression is. Every time somebody asks me that, I fall back on President Reagan's quote when he was running against President Carter. A recession is when your neighbor's out of work. A depression is when you're out of work. I don't know. He was good at that. I found it funny and amusing, and I still remember it 30 years later, 40 years later, whatever it is, 30 years later. And that's the way you need to look at it. A recession is when there's blood in the streets, there's competitors out that are going under, that they're moaning and everything. Don't go into the moaning mode. Go into the survival and how can I thrive and how can I take this new reality and sell and make a profit during this time and take care of my clients and my customers during this tough time. Hey, if you need to talk, give me a holler. My number is 915-857-8158. I want you to change your mindset. Don't be afraid, all right? It is what it is. I mean, even if you're going to get the virus, you're going to get the virus. If you're younger, get all the information you can. Information is it gives you a strong ability to fight fear, all right? Don't be afraid. I mean, fear doesn't do you any good. If you're going to get a virus and you're going to get it, do your best not to. Follow what they're saying. But we're lucky that we really, and think about this, we live in a time where we can do social media, where we have internet, where we can reach out to our clients and customers and have the ability to see them. All right. Hey, until next time, this is Wayne Belial. And tomorrow or Monday, I'm going to talk about if you happen to be in one of those industries that really has a high demand, like trucking, grocery stores, labs, the lab techs and people like that, medical. If you happen to be in one of those, what you should be doing right now. So, hey, until next time, let's make this our most profitable year ever. Thank you very much.